hey. Learn how to keep it down or go back over there and play. Alright? It's okay. I'm good.
Papa eyes over here.
God, dog, man. They just loud, bro. It's not even their house. You're on my porch? No. What's good? What's poppin'? What it do? What go down, man? We back. It's your boy Oz.
It's Randy J.
We the Breakdown Bros.
Reagans.
Back with some more. We back in the lab,
Yes,
man.
sir.
What we got today?
This is the Lakers video. We got
Oh, defense. We
Yeah,
on defense
we on
today.
defense.
I forgot. We got a comment. See, we be reading the comment. We got a comment said they want to see a defense video. So I said, okay, cool. Let me find something.
Hey, man, we got the
So,
Lakers today.
We got the Lakers today.
They in the finals. Y'all seen what they did.
Name of this video, why the Lakers defense can lead them to the title. This is good. This is interesting.
Let's get it.
Man, before we get into it, man, remember to hit the like button. Go hit the like button. Subscribe to the channel, man. Hit the notifications bell, too, so you know when we drop a new video, man. As I said, jump in the comments, because we read them.
We watch it.
We read them. Tell us what you want to see. Tell us what you want to react to. We got you.
Peep the new swag. Man.
Oh!
The new Temple Training Center swag.
My bad.
The new swag.
You know what I'm saying? It might look heavy,
we
but it's
coming.
light though.
We coming, man. We're coming.
I know they normally say it might look light, but it's. Don't worry, that was for the rap fans.
We coming.
Anyways, let's get to it, man. Let's get to it.
Let's start with the Lakers' defense on Lillard, because he's the heart of the Blazers' offense, and the Lakers did a great job on him. And maybe the biggest question versus Lillard is, how are you going to defend his pick and rolls? And we see what the Lakers do here. They bring their big up near the level of the ball screen, so if Lillard tries to take a three, it'll be contested. And Davis is the perfect big for this coverage, because he's long enough, so if Lillard tries to take the three, Davis has the length to affect it,
Yeah.
but he's also agile, so if Lillard tries to take him to the basket, he can stay with him, and here he
But
blocks.
this is why you play up on the screen as a
That's
big.
why you play up on the screen as a big, yes, and that's the beauty and the luxury of having a big that can move like that.
Big, that's AD.
Because if that's Jokic, Jokic might even get a hand, but all Dame gonna have to do is push through, and Jokic gonna be cooked.
Yeah.
But with
Having
AD,
yes.
that's a little different. That's a luxury. Everybody ain't got that.
And it shows. 'Cause look at that.
I mean,
This was a big
played
change
the-
prime
for Lillard,
example.
because in the games prior
I played
to
the screen
Lakers,
and the
he
roll.
had a ton of success attacking the
Now watch
paint
this
when
against
he was down
Porzingis,
high.
though.
Exactly.
Here, when Porzingis comes up, Lillard is able to blow right
He's
by him.
Gone.
I'm gone.
Gone. You can't do that against
And it
AD.
wasn't just Davis. The other Lakers bigs did a nice job too. And here Dwight Howard.
But
nicely
look at this.
slides
This
over
is
Lillard, which is
athletic.
attractive.
Athletic.
Yeah, AD is. Dwight is different too.
Now,
Super
defensively,
athletic.
whenever you bring two
At
to
the
the
big
ball,
spot.
that does leave the offense with a numbers advantage. So here the Lakers double Lillard.
Yeah,
so
you
the
gotta
game
run
goes open on
backside.
the roll. But the Lakers are really good with their backline rotations. And here LeBron.
LeBron's got to make it.
take
Yeah,
the
you got to
charge.
make a decision. Yep.
The Lakers have a
that
bunch
out.
of great
But he
athletes on
probably
their
didn't have to
roster,
cut
and it
that.
shows in the short roll. So here Nurkic catches it, McGee helps, KCP is prompt on the sink,
Yeah.
and
got
LeBron looks like
CJ
a
on the
free
back,
safety
yeah.
and is filled to the corner.
Right. Yep.
Man.
Yep.
And would
That was
also
a lazy
help the
pass,
Lakers
though.
out was
Yeah.
the Blazers'
That was a
space.
guy's
terrible
hand.
pass, though.
Good. So here Nurkic gets it in a great spot on the
Short
short roll.
roll.
But the Blazers here are playing two centers, and with Whiteside
Look at the
already in
skip.
the dunker spot, that already puts McGee in great position to help. But anyways, this was the right coverage to play
just
versus
saying.
Lillard, because he is so dangerous with his
Nurkic-
Why are you wait?
And the other
Yeah, he
advantage
cooking
is
that.
Why are you
bringing
so
two to
far
the
back?
ball,
Yeah, why he cooking
going
that? You
to
so
force more
you.
turnovers.
Got to stay level with him.
Now, there were a few other things the Lakers did do to help slow down Lillard, one of which was to push him toward his right hand, despite the fact he's right-handed. And here we see Caruso execute the game plan. They did this from game one, and we also saw it in the pick and roll. Here, for instance, the screen is for
See?
Lillard to go to his
I see
left
the screen.
hand, but Caruso is forcing him right,
Right.
and Morris lines up
Yeah,
accordingly.
because it's harder to pull up from. That's a harder shot for right-handed play.
Now, you don't have to search too hard to figure out why the Lakers would want to do this. In the regular season, Lillard had 565 drives to his left.
That's where the analytics come in.
1.14 points per chance. And when we look at his splits driving right, we see he drove to his
different.
right slightly less, and the Blazers
don't do
scored
it.
slightly less efficiently.
Because
Now,
as
that's
a
really
right-handed
not that
player,
big
it's
of a
hard.
difference, but I'm sure it played a role in the Lakers forcing him right. Also, I tracked all of Lillard's recent
tough.
threes.
Look at
He
it.
definitely makes more overall
On his
threes
left.
going to his left hand,
Especially
which is pretty
when
common
you
for
pull
a
it
righty
up.
shooter.
Exactly.
And
I
so
do.
I'm sure that all played into the Lakers' game plan. And the Lakers do like to get more aggressive than most in terms of following the scout and pushing a player one direction.
Paying attention though.
They
You
seem
gotta
to
have
have
guys that
success
know-
influencing the ball, and that's also credit to the Lakers' guards. And here Caruso doesn't
Somebody
let
is
Lillard get
coaching
left.
that.
And Caruso,
This is- I was just, you took the words out of my mouth.
Somebody's
I was
coaching.
just about to say, this is all coaching. All of this is coaching. I mean, it's a little improvisation by some of the players, but not much. You got an assignment, and it's
They're-
about effort.
They're
Getting it
all
done.
they're all
Execution.
following the game plan.
Man.
If the game plan is to push somebody left, they're sinking to push somebody left.
Even on screens.
On the screen, when they're by themselves, it's execution.
So, young fellas,
Man.
when you're in the game, listen to me. When you're in the game and the coach come up with a defensive scheme that involves everybody doing a certain task, whether it's forcing people left or it's everybody but the ball sag off your man and sag towards the paint, load up the paint as we like to call it. Whatever it is, if y'all all buy into it, it's gonna work.
It works.
It's gonna work.
It works.
Trust me.
Green all defended Lillard really well. And also, the Lakers did a good job of picking up Lillard full court, really making him work on every possession. And he had played so many minutes trying to get the Blazers
But he's
to
seeing
the
so
deep
different.
seed,
He's
and the
so many
full
different
court
people.
So many
pressure
different
certainly
bodies.
accelerated his fatigue.
Yep.
There's AD being a nightmare for Lillard.
Still up there. Oh,
And
And
to the
when we
right.
compare Lillard's regular season stats to his playoff stats, we do see a notable difference.
But look,
He
yeah,
averaged fewer
that's when
points per
again
game, almost
that's
half
what a
the
7-game
assists per
series
game.
did.
His true shooting percentage stayed pretty good.
I get to
but
see
probably
you
the
7
most
times.
important stat here is the pick and roll points per chance. When Lillard received the ball screen, his team did not score nearly as well, 0.92 points per chance, and that's credit to the Lakers defense. Moving on, and we saw this a bit already, but another area where the Lakers make an impact is with their ability to contest shots. And here we see
High
McGee and Davis
hands.
converge near
Look at
the
that.
rim
Look at
to
how
protect the
JaVale
basket.
came back.
That's hustle.
This isn't rocket science, but
Effort.
it's so important. The Lakers have numerous rim protectors.
Defense. Effort.
Here we see AD stuff Lillard.
No, give me
Help.
that. Oh my god.
Hard help defense.
Size helps on defense, and they play these massive lineups in large part because their point guard is 6'9" LeBron James. who
And look how they
can
help
take
with
over
bodies and not
contest the
hands.
7-footer.
Yes. Get there.
His bodies
Forget
and
about
not
your man.
hands.
Forget about your
From
man.
the
We'll
series,
rotate
Lillard
later.
has a 46.5 effective field goal
Body.
percentage, which is 15th out of 16 playoffs.
Body
Somebody else gonna
rotation.
step-
Pretty much
Look at
shot
that.
poorly all over the court. And again, some of that is fatigue. It's not all the Lakers, but they protect the rim, and they also have
We
length
understand
to
this
test
is the
jumpers.
highest level of things, people, but
Effort,
And
man.
they're
It's
pretty
all about
aggressive
effort.
effort. Exactly.
This is not.
Green and McGee leave their field.
that you
that.
can that you can do in
This is
high
something
school.
they're pretty willing
That
to
you
do.
can do in middle school.
It's not much skill involved there.
This is a
It's
great
just
one
effort.
right here. Look at the effort by Caruso to close
To
out
get back.
Look at where he came from.
Close out and this.
And
Yeah.
statistically, if we want to know why the Lakers' defense is so effective,
He-
it's their ability to
he
force
hit
the other
everything
team
but
to
the
shoot
rim.
poorly from the field, and also with their ability to force turnovers.
Hands.
Active hands.
Hands.
Look at that. Look at that.
We out.
Active
It all
hands.
starts with their personnel. And while I've touted their length and athleticism in this video, I probably haven't talked enough about how they have really smart defenders. And here, for instance, LeBron does something you rarely see. They have a bunch of guys with good hands. Danny Green and also
Active
Alex
hands. What?
Caruso, who here
I
strives
promise we ain't
to
seen this video before.
Why he pick him up like that?
Hands. I want y'all to understand what active hands means. When I say active hands, it's not just going and trying to get the ball. Active hands is about finding an opportunity, finding that moment where he leaves the ball
Just
exposed.
open enough. to where you can get to.
You just want to get a hand on it. You just want to poke it. That's called active hands.
Yes.
You knock it loose and we out. Somebody gonna see you knock it loose and they running. As soon as you get it, you know they running. We got a layup. All because of what? Active hands.
In the playoffs, the Lakers have forced turnovers on 14.7% of their defensive possessions, 4th out of 16 teams.
Wow.
And they also make
I
scheme-related
didn't even know that was a
choices to
stat.
encourage
Me
more
either.
turnovers. For one,
So
they're
who's
aggressive
first?
with their ball pressure, even with their bigs.
Milwaukee,
Here,
maybe.
Morris pressures Nurkic.
Excellent.
Instead of
help.
applying pressure, a lot of teams like to drop their big, but here we see AD pressures Whiteside and he draws an offensive foul. They're also not afraid to trap the ball. We saw this particularly at the end of quarters against the Blazers. Lillard would have it on top, and as we see here,
Oh, yeah, they couldn't have
wanted
the
to
whole
trap
floor.
the ball and be aggressive.
Look, rotate.
Good help by
Look at AD.
LeBron, and this was called an offensive foul.
AD was
Here
ready
we
to
see
rotate.
it's a 2-for-1 situation, and we see Kuzma
Cutting
come
it
up
again.
and try to not let
Yep.
Lillard beat them. And as we see here, the two
And they
defenders
got a
behind
backside
them
Just
guy
showing them
wide.
bodies.
are pretty
Just
active.
leave him. We'll rotate. Look, okay, look, hands.
So as we begin to wrap up, their defense has looked sharp, and they're well prepared for
LeBron
any
played
playoff
that perfectly,
matchup.
though,
For
in the middle of
instance,
that.
If they
Oh,
face
yeah.
Kawhi in the conference finals,
That's about
they
positioning,
have a big
though.
wing in LeBron.
Knowing where to be on the
and
backside.
working adequately.
Good G. My
With
gosh.
their length and athleticism, they also have the versatility to switch more in later rounds if they need to. And here with Davis at center, he switches on to a guard.
Isn't that what we were saying earlier?
And the other thing that's appealing about this Lakers defense is that in the first round at least, they didn't have any weak links on defense. Even Kuzma, who struggled a bit in the regular season, really stepped up and played great
Effort.
defense.
He's showing effort.
Damn,
That's all.
man.
And not being able to be exposed.
If I can just
on
get
ball.
close
In
enough.
fact,
Understanding
as we
that we're in the
see here, he
playoffs.
was really good with
The
his
finals
ball
now,
pressure.
Look at
Here,
this.
Look at
this.
he's uncomfortable
Kuz
with
ain't
pressure.
never played like that.
Well, there you have it, guys.
Kuz ain't
Lakers
never did
defense
that.
isn't perfect.
Man.
Understanding situation and what's the task at hand, fellas.
That's it, man. Getting it done. And just going all out maximum effort on D. It's gonna lead to easy bucket. You're gonna have to work on offense much. You ain't gonna have to cook like y'all want to.
We can do that whenever we want to. But to be successful, you have to get stops. That's it.
Straight from the breakdown, bros, man. On the way out, man. Always remember, man, be cool
Elevate yourself.
and earn your greatness, man.
We out, man.
Let's get it.